Before we delve into today's topic, I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for watching this video. Your support means the world to me, and I'm truly thankful for each and every one of you who takes the time to explore these fascinating historical stories with me. If you could, please hit that like button. It really helps the video reach more history enthusiasts like yourself. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. By doing so, you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop, full of more incredible tales from the past that'll inspire and amaze you. I put a lot of effort into researching and crafting these stories, so if you could watch the video all the way through, it would mean so much to me. Every second you spend watching helps support the channel and allows me to keep bringing you these hidden gems of history. Your engagement truly makes a difference. It motivates me to dig deeper, uncover more fascinating stories, and share them with you all. So whether you like, subscribe, comment, or simply watch the whole video, know that I'm incredibly grateful for your support. Alright, to the video. Glimpses of Humanity. A look at unsung heroes through history. We're going to explore some of the most fascinating, yet often overlooked stories from our past. Let's begin our journey with a man whose accident changed the course of neuroscience. Phineas Gage. In 1848, Gage was working as a railroad construction foreman in Vermont when a horrific accident occurred. An iron rod, over 3 feet long and 1.25 inches in diameter, was blasted through his skull, entering under his left cheekbone and exiting through the top of his head. Remarkably, Gage survived the incident and even remained conscious immediately after. He was able to walk and speak, shocking everyone around him. However, those who knew him noticed significant changes in his personality. Once described as efficient and capable, Gage became impulsive, irreverent, and prone to profanity. Gage's case became a landmark in the study of the brain and behavior. It provided early evidence that specific areas of the brain were responsible for certain aspects of personality, challenging the prevailing view that the brain operated as a single, undifferentiated organ. Gage's accident paved the way for modern neuroscience and our understanding of the relationship between brain anatomy and human behavior. From a man who survived a rod through his brain, we move to a boy who lied about his age to fight for his country. Jack Lucas was just 14 years old when he forged his mother's signature and enlisted in the US Marine Corps during World War II. Driven by patriotism and a desire for adventure, Lucas managed to convince recruiters he was 17. Lucas's true age was discovered while he was stationed in Pearl Harbor, but he convinced his superiors to let him stay. In 1945, at age 17, Lucas participated in the invasion of Iwo Jima. It was here that he performed an act of extraordinary bravery. When 2 grenades landed in the trench he shared with 3 other Marines, Lucas unhesitatingly threw himself on top of them, using his body to shield his comrades. Miraculously, only one of the grenades exploded, and Lucas survived, though he was severely wounded. For his selfless act, Jack Lucas became the youngest Marine in history to receive the Medal of Honor. His story is a testament to the courage and sacrifice of the greatest generation, and a reminder that heroism knows no age. Now, let's explore the remarkable life of Virginia Hall, often referred to as the most dangerous Allied spy of World War II. Born in Baltimore in 1906, Hall's dream of becoming a diplomat was shattered when she lost her left leg in a hunting accident. Undeterred, she volunteered as an ambulance driver in France when World War II broke out. Hall's intelligence and language skills caught the attention of British intelligence, and she became the first female operative to be sent into France by the newly formed Special Operations Executive. Operating under various aliases, Hall organized resistance movements, helped downed Allied pilots escape, and relayed crucial intelligence back to London. Despite being hunted by the Gestapo, who called her the Limping Lady, Hall continued her work. She even escaped over the Pyrenees Mountains on foot when France fell to the Nazis. Later, she returned to France with the American Office of Strategic Services, continuing her clandestine work until the end of the war. Virginia Hall's extraordinary courage and resourcefulness made her one of the most effective spies of the war. Her story challenges perceptions about disability and gender roles, showing that determination and skill can overcome any obstacle. Our next story takes us into the realm of medical science with Alexis St. Martin, a man whose misfortune led to groundbreaking discoveries about the human digestive system. In 1822, St. Martin, a young French-Canadian voyageur, was accidentally shot in the stomach at close range. Dr. William Beaumont, an army surgeon, treated St. Martin's wound, which healed but left a permanent opening, or fistula, into his stomach. Beaumont recognized this as a unique opportunity to study the process of digestion in a living human being. With St. Martin's consent, Beaumont began a series of experiments that would last for over a decade. Beaumont would tie small pieces of food to a string, insert them through the fistula into St. Martin's stomach, and then retrieve them at intervals to observe the digestive process. These experiments led to numerous discoveries about gastric juices, the nature of stomach acid, and the effects of temperature, exercise, and emotions on digestion. While the ethics of Beaumont's experiments might be questioned by modern standards, the knowledge gained from his studies with St. Martin formed the basis of our understanding of the digestive system and paved the way for modern gastroenterology. From medical marvels, we move to a tale of daring and freedom with the story of Robert Smalls. Born into slavery in South Carolina in 1839, Smalls would go on to become a ship's pilot, a Civil War hero, and eventually a U.S. congressman. In 1862, Smalls was working as a wheelman on a Confederate transport ship, the CSS Planter, in Charleston Harbor. On May 13th, he executed a bold plan. While the white officers were ashore, Smalls and a crew of fellow enslaved men seized control of the ship. He donned the captain's uniform and sailed the Planter past Confederate checkpoints, using secret signals he had learned. Once out of range of Confederate guns, Smalls raised a white flag and surrendered the ship to the Union blockade. He delivered not only the ship, but also valuable intelligence about Confederate defenses. Smalls and his crew, along with their families who were hiding on board, gained their freedom through this daring escape. Smalls went on to serve as a pilot in the Union Navy and later became one of the first African-American members of the U.S. House of Representatives. His incredible journey from slavery to Congress is a testament to courage, ingenuity, and the pursuit of freedom. Now let's turn our attention to another maritime tale, this one tinged with both tragedy and heroism. The story of the band of the RMS Lusitania echoes the famous tale of the Titanic's musicians, yet it's often overlooked in historical accounts. On May 7, 1915, the Lusitania was torpedoed by a German U-boat off the coast of Ireland. As the ship began to sink, the ship's band, led by Roger Thorne, gathered on deck and began to play. They chose upbeat ragtime tunes, hoping to calm the panicking passengers and maintain order as the lifeboats were loaded. Eyewitness accounts describe the surreal scene of cheerful music playing as the massive ship listed and people scrambled for safety. The band played on, even as water began to swirl around their feet. Their final song was reportedly Autumn, a waltz that was popular at the time. Tragically, none of the band members survived the sinking. Their selfless act, choosing to provide comfort and order in the face of certain death, stands as a poignant example of human courage and duty. The story of the Lusitania's band reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there are those who will stand tall and offer hope and comfort to others. From Tales of the Sea, we'll conclude our journey through history with a story of medical innovation and racial barriers overcome. Vivian Thomas was an African-American lab technician who developed groundbreaking surgical techniques in the early 20th century, despite facing significant racial discrimination. Born in 1910 in Louisiana, Thomas had dreams of becoming a doctor. The Great Depression derailed his plans for medical school, but he found work as a laboratory assistant to Dr. Alfred Blalock at Vanderbilt University. Despite having no formal medical training beyond high school, Thomas quickly became indispensable to Blalock's research. When Blaylock moved to Johns Hopkins University, he insisted that Thomas come with him. There, they worked on developing a surgical technique to treat blue baby syndrome, a congenital heart defect that was often fatal in infants. Thomas was instrumental in perfecting the procedure, using his exceptional manual dexterity and problem-solving skills to create new surgical tools and techniques. In 1944, when the first blue baby operation was performed, Thomas stood on a step stool behind Blaylock, guiding him through the procedure he had developed. The operation was a success, ushering in the era of modern cardiac surgery. However, due to the racial climate of the time, Thomas's crucial role went unrecognized for many years. It wasn't until 1976 that Johns Hopkins awarded Thomas an honorary doctorate and appointed him to the faculty as instructor of surgery. Thomas's story is a powerful reminder of the contributions of unsung heroes in medical history and the ongoing struggle for racial equality in science and medicine. As we conclude, I hope these stories have inspired you and renewed your faith in the extraordinary potential of ordinary individuals. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history. Until next time.